Hello everyone, back to some replays. This time obviously the Contriver. Personally, I really enjoy this tank. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, mostly because, most people were saying this tank was kind of not amazing, because, I mean, the can opener is just, to be fair, completely busted at the moment. But, this thing is still very good. Obviously, you basically gain a cupola. If this thing didn't have a cupola, this tank would be actually kind of broken. But luckily, I guess it does. So, yeah, we are just on Cliff in a tier 10 game, tier 11 and tier 10. And yeah, let's see what we can do. So, obviously, always going topside on Cliff. I think I can beat play on this corner, mostly because it looked like their team wasn't really playing it themselves. So I've gone here because I can use my gun depression and go fully hold down in this on this ridge line. Obviously, this K1 is just kind of sitting in the middle of the open, letting me farm him. Overall, I mean, the DPM on this thing is actually quite nice. I didn't think it'd be actually nice, but after you get all the upgrades and stuff, I think there's just a flat bonus to your reload in it. I think it's like 0.5 of a second, which is, actually quite nice. And overall, the DPM is better than a BZ and a KL1, I think, with my setup anyway, with the vents and vents directive. So, and that's with the KL1 and BZ having Bond gun rammers as well. So, overall, the DPM is actually quite nice. The only thing bad, really, about this tank is it has a cupola. And that's basically it. Obviously, the frontal armor is not, like, crazy good. And, like, this area here can be penned with good pen. But, oh, and the lower plate is quite big as well. But other than that, I think this tank is very nice. You do need to be making sure you're using your guns to kind of block the enemy shots as much as you can, like on the cupola and on the lower plate, because you can make people hit the gun. Well, I have definitely made people hit the gun and they just bounce off of it, or it gets absorbed by the gun. So it is actually quite a nice idea, but you do have to, I guess, try hard quite a bit to maximize that and use the guns to block the enemy shells. Obviously, this tank has quite nice gun depression. I think it's 10 degrees. Let me double check. Yep, 10 degrees of gun depression. So obviously very nice. And, having the double is actually very nice. The way you use it as well, not with no charging up, just changing modes. And it's only 1.5 to change modes, which is a lot better than the Russian double barrel. When you have to charge up the SC2 for, what was it, like 3 seconds or something like this? But anyway, back to the gameplay. We've basically killed everything in mid that we can. So now the play is... I mean, I could have gone bowl here, possibly, but I don't think that fight would have been very good for me, and I wanted to help my IS-7 and Badger over here, and there's still a lot of damage to do. Obviously, we're up to 6k now, which is a very nice start to the game. So now we have to kill this V4. I thought I'd just kill the V4 first, because I think it's a lot more of an annoying tank to kill, especially if he starts like angling and being moving back and forward for his cupola. Can be kind of annoying just to make sure he dies. Obviously, I have an STRV kind of covering me here, which stops the V4 from instantly pushing me, but the STRV just blows up because he was sitting in the middle of the open, I think. That was a bad shot by me, and this will cost me 600 damage to my tank. If I hit that shell, I wouldn't have taken this next shot from the V4. Annoyingly, the E5 just doesn't want to peek, obviously, because he's a one-shot. So he puts a shot into me, and we finish him though in return. And that is a lot of health to lose. I lost like 1.1 basically to kill this I7 and V4. And now, luckily, the E5 is here, so the I7 doesn't just YOLO me. So he obviously shot absorbed into the tracks. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if he could even hit that. And now I double him to make sure he dies quickly. But unfortunately, the grill kills the E5 there. I actually, at the time, didn't notice that the grill killed the E5. I thought the I7 somehow did. And I just didn't clock that at all. But I should have guessed from where that E5 died that the grill was there, or around there. Yeah, I should do E100 first instead of the grill, because, I mean, the grill most likely will live, and putting the E100 down to a one-shot is quite important, I felt. Obviously, a nice tracking shot on the grill there. He doesn't manage to hit me because, I mean, there's little walls in the way, so it can be quite annoying. I go through the track again because I can one-shot track him. I'm guessing he doesn't have the first field mod that increases his track health. I'm guessing, since I am able to track him in one shot. So basically we get a full grill for free now. Now we're up to now we're up to 12k, which is obviously very nice. And we can finish him off. Now I'm kind of in a time rush. I think, in my personal opinion here, you have to take over the E line and try and get to bowl if you can, to make sure they can't cap the base. So you can actually reset the base and hopefully play the game on. If I just sat there and waited for the enemy team, I might get a bit more damage in the FV coming towards me, but I wouldn't have won the game. Now the main problem is obviously artillery for this endgame, because, well, yeah, that's the main problem really. Here, I mean, I was just taking my chances here against this FV. I probably should have played the other side of the rock, I guess. Oh, wait for this camera to fix itself. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, I guess I should have peeked this side so my cupola wasn't existing. I mean, maybe I hit my low plate. I didn't actually check. Maybe I should check, but yeah, unfortunately he hits my cupola there. This game could have been probably 14k. Obviously, I don't know how much health the BZT and Hirschkäfer were on the end game, but this is at least like probably 1k on him, so it's 13, and yeah, probably 14 on the other tanks. But I mean, the big problem would be artillery in this game. This artillery would probably eventually kill me. But yeah, quite unfortunate that the FV hits that shot, and I guess it didn't matter that I lost his health anyway. It was 1100. Oh, actually it did. I would have lived against the FV if I didn't take them 2 shots. But I think I probably would have died to artillery anyway. But yeah, quite a nice game. Unfortunate that we get hit by the FE there, but whatever. On to the next game. Right, next game is on Steps from North. Obviously, I think this is quite a nice matchup. Obviously, they have double dash, so a lot of health that we can grind. I mean, they have 36,000 health combined here, so should be a nice game here. Obviously, we're going 1-2 here because we are a heavy tank. I think the reworks that Wargaming have done to the 1-2 is actually pretty good, to be fair. This is something I probably wouldn't complain about. I think the old 1-2 on Steps was actually pretty bad, especially for North team. From North, it was horrible. I felt like you could never push through the flank. I mean, they had, like, you know, the position out here that you could, like, double bush and shoot this area. But now, it's actually quite nice. I mean, and they removed these bushes on this corner as well, so very nice from Wargaming, actually, to make them changes. So, yeah, obviously we crossed with no damage, which is quite nice. Sometimes there is someone watching for that cross, but luckily no one was. Now, obviously, since you have the same DPM while doubling and not doubling, there is basically no reason not to double. It doesn't affect your reload in any way when you switch modes or whatever, so just a nice, basically 1,000 damage done to the KR1, and now we're ready to do another 1,000, and boom, there you go. Already up to basically 1.9 ready. So obviously we roll a bit high there. We should roughly do about 900 on average because we have 450 alpha, but after all the upgrades as well. This is quite a dangerous cross. I should have gone a bit more to the left here to make sure this imbatable didn't hit me. Like, I should have you know, gone like more this way, but you know, in the end it was fine. And yeah, now we have nice cupola shots on this Contriver, as well as, you know, our cupola is on the right side being blocked by the rock, and this Vosh just suicides for some reason, so yeah, very nice. Very nice end to his life, giving us some damage and stops anything from stopping us from peeking on this ridge line, basically. So, yeah, now we can just farm the Contriver. Obviously not doubling at this range. And, you know, I mean, the flashlight is just so broken, bro. I would have never shot there in a million years. I probably even wouldn't have even shot at the Tashnarat at all. But, yeah, flashlight can just tell you there's a weak spot there, which is stupid. Very nice shot. There, it didn't look like it hit exactly where I aimed, but, you know, we'll take it. Yeah, taking 2 shots from the Battle there. I should have probably repaired my tracks after 1, but I wanted to shoot the Tashnarat, and I felt the game was kind of already over, judging by our team's positioning, so I didn't mind trading, you know, 2 shots for that. To be honest, I mean, like, we're already 7k, and now we're 5k up, but like, I think most of the map is already... We've taken basically all the map, and now they're just camping in a corner, basically. So, now we just have to try and finish off. A nice shot on the move there. This gun handling is actually quite nice. I know Gotchi Baby uses stab on this, so I imagine it's insane with stabs, honestly. I just like the vents for that little extra bit of DPM and, I mean, a little bit of gun handling as well. Sounding like QB, but, you know, vents in this case I think is the best option, IMO. The gun handling is more than good enough, where I don't think you need stabs, but you could use stabs if you really want that amazing gun handling on the move. And just turning the turret as well. But yeah, up to 8k in under, well, just under 4 minutes. Or just over, sorry. So yeah, a very nice game. I mean, basically been shooting most of the game as well. But yeah, as you can see, this tank can quite easily rack up the damage, especially with the doubles. You know, that is 1,000 damage that you're doing every, well, roughly 15 seconds with if you have emergency and other things happening. So yeah, I mean, the DPM is actually quite nice. And the gun overall is still very nice. As I said in the first replay, the only real problem is the low plate and the cupola, but if it had either of them two things not a problem, then the tank would probably be quite broken, IMO. But yeah, up to 9.3 now. Obviously now we're trying to rush for this WZ for the 10k. And luckily it seems that no one really wants to push him. Obviously this badge is pushing towards him, but for some reason he looks quite slow. Now he just stops in the cap for some reason, pre-aiming the thing. Obviously I know he's there because he spotted me. So I'm pre-aiming him and I give him a shot. Somehow nothing else shoots him. I have no idea how, but you know, I guess bad reaction time for people. And yeah, now we're just gonna have to come around the corner and hopefully give him 1 and then probably a double. Hopefully. Obviously we only need to give him 1 to get the 10k, but yeah, now he's you know, unfortunately he gets shot there. He should have just sat here, really. Would have maybe given me 1 more shot. I mean, probably not, because I would have doubled him, but oh well. Still 10.5, and yeah, just a lovely tank overall. So yeah, thank you for watching, and catch you in the next one.